Hey guys, so I just finished filming this look for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and all the products I've used will be listed below too. I don't know if I've said follow me on my social media. I think I have said that. I say that quite often, don't I? But anyway, yeah, I am sorting out my lighting. I am still to figure out like my location for filming more videos for you guys, but I genuinely thought I'd rather get a video out as opposed to leaving long breaks because I know you guys get frustrated. But anyway, I hope you do enjoy this video. I really hope you do like it. I know some of you want me to recreate some celebrity looks and some everyday makeup as well. If you do want like a specific celebrity inspired look, leave me like links to pictures, or like DM me on Instagram, or leave me more comments below and let me know what you'd like to see. And inshallah, I will see you in my next video. See ya! I'm gonna try that again. So to begin off with, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line the edge of my eye with some what is this? Medical tape, simply because I want a very sharp line and I want a very defined cat eye look. You can use anything like the edge of a paper, the edge of a card, sellotape, but if you do use sellotape, be sure to take off the tackiness off the back of your hand. As you can see, I've already applied my foundation simply because I think it just takes too long, but if you guys would like me to do a separate like foundation routine, do let me know in the comments below. There we are. So at this point I look like a nutcase, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit just so I can show you a little bit of a close-up of what I'm doing. Okay, so to begin with, I'm just going to take I think it's a waterproof liner. You know them gel, you can use a gel liner, you can use whatever liner you want. And I'm just going to use it to just give me a black base. And you don't have to be very neat about this because all you want is just a base. We're going to blend this out anyway. To blend that out, I'm just going to use a normal blending brush. This one is again by The Body Shop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another blending brush. I'm going to take my Body Shop bronzer and I'm just going to apply it above the crease as my transition shade. And I'm just going to apply that right above the crease using the same, well, it's a fresh blending brush by The Body Shop. So I'm just building it up. I want to go in with my main base colour, and it is a Burberry shadow in the colour 306 in khaki green. Now with the same brush I used to blend out my transition shade, I am going to use to blend out the green just a little bit above it. If need be, you can always go back in with a little bit more green because you want the green to stand out. And blending can sometimes lose the opacity of its colour. Now to intensify that, what I'm going to take is the NARS eyeshadow single in Persia, and it's like a very burnt brick red colour. You can use any shadow you want, but this is just the one that I'm using right now. And again, I'm going to take that on the fluffy brush that I use to blend out my transition shade. And I'm just going to apply that right over the transition colour that I applied on before, simply because I want this colour to stand out. As a matter of fact, I want this to be a little bit more pinky, so I'm going to take this pink by the Louise Young, so that colour there, and it is in the colour Sicily. Kind of like intensify the crease. It's like a very browny pink. You'll see as I apply it. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the green and I'm just going to intensify it a little bit. So this is mainly about building your product, building your label. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think this is called, it's not called Cocoa Bear, it's called Black Bear by the Louise Young palette. And I'm just going to apply that on the edges of my eye. So just on the end, and I'm going to build that as though it is liner just near the front of my eye. Now I have 2 MAC Vanilla pigments. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that on, what is this? It's a base shadow brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just going to apply that on my brow bone before I blend it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tape off my face. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my eyeliner that I used as a base on top of my eyelids, just underneath my eyes, just to smoke it out a little bit. And then I'm just going to take a pencil brush by MAC, it could be any brand, and I'm just going to blend that out. And now I'm just going to let that set, and I'm going to go in with white liner on, well, on the lash line. I might need to go over it with an inglot liner just in case it's not intense enough. Okay, now that I've done that, what I need to do is I need to do the rest of my face in, well, the main contouring and highlighting of my face in order to be able to apply any more shadows below. And I prefer doing it that way just so it prevents me from always having to go back and forth, back and forth. So what I'm going to use is the MAC Prep and Prime just underneath my eyes. That is what I look like right now. I look a little bit crazy, but it's okay. We're gonna fix that. And then I'm gonna use my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna tap that in. I like to use mine dry. Now, when you look at mine, it does look a little bit dirty, but that's only because I use it for my foundation to like pat it in just before this video, so it's not dirty. Promise, guys. Just to set that in. So my forehead. My chin. Use my Chanel Soleil de Tan with a buffing brush by Real Techniques. So, buffing brush by Real Techniques. And apply that on the hollows of my face and around the outer perimeters. Sorry guys, like my camera shut off, so I don't know how much you were able to see and how much you weren't. But now that I've bronzed just outside, on the outside of the perimeters of my face, I'm gonna set my under eye using my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I'm just gonna set that underneath of my eyes, as well as the center of my face. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Persia by NARS, and I'm just going to blend it underneath my lash line with a pencil brush. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to just blend that out. I'm going to also go in with Sisley by Louise Young, and I'm going to go back over the colour with the same fluffy brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a liquid liner just to give myself a point. So I'm going to take my Bare Minerals concealer in Well Rested with the same brush that I had used to set my under eyes with. To set my eyes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my face with my powder. Just looks like that. You can tell I've hit pan on this. Oh my goodness. Using my Sephora bronzer in the shade Medium. And it's like a very deep reddy tone. And then I'm going to use my contour brush and my Bahama Mama to contour the rest of my face. So now what I'm going to use is my NARS blush in Liberty. I like to start from the back and build the colour forward just in case it's too harsh. Moving on to my brows. What I'm going to use is my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony. And I'm just going to line up my brows. Now I'm going to go in with my MAC pencil in stud and I'm just going to define my brows. My eyebrows today are cousins, not sisters. It's annoying me. But next what I'm going to do is take my big fluffy brush, my fan brush, and my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. Take that and set the center of my face. And to define my highlight, I'm just going to use the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. As you can see, it's a well-loved product. On a stippling brush and just applying the high planes of my face. Now I'm going to apply my lippy, and for my lippy I'm going to first line my lips with a MAC pencil in, well, it's called the Naked line. Now that I've taken out all the colour of my lips and I look like a dead zombie, I'm going to go over with the Stila Liquid Lipstick in Patina. I'm just going to go over top with a little bit of a nude by Kate Moss, really cheapy lipstick.